look this up.
Actually, please, I beg everyone in here, please go look this up. Please do.
Don't keep on laughing when anybody can go look it up and nothing I said is wrong. And so
everything you said so far is wrong.
So if you have vaginal and penis insertive sex, then what do you think the chances are that you could get HIV?
I have a question. Hold on. User, I'm going to ask you a question. You're talking about tearing. Do you think that you can tear the vaginal wall as well? Do you think that can tear as well?
Not as easily, because of evolution, it has been more. It's more.
That's not how that works. Can it tear? Can it tear? Yes or no? It's just a yes or no question. It's very simple. Very, very simple.
Yes.
Okay, cool. Got it. So I'm gonna ask you a very, very specific question. I want you to listen. I don't want you to respond instantly. Don't listen to respond. Listen to actually engage. Give me something that's wrong with LGBTQ people that isn't wrong with straight people. Now, it only has to apply to this community. So you can't use STDs because both sides get STDs, right? So you can't, that argument is out. You can't use that gay men have tearing because if you have straight people that there's also tearing, you can tear like the vaginal wall. Got it. I want something that is exclusively wrong with being GAY that doesn't pertain to being straight. Give me just one.
Okay, and that
only applies to this.
That's cool. That's a fair question. Another thing, domestic abuse, domestic violence. No, don't laugh right away.
Okay.
Dude, nobody. I'm being for real. Like nobody's ever gonna be able to have a fair conversation with you that goes anywhere if you keep on. You talked about me not listening.
Hold on. Does DV happen in the straight world too?
It does, but not at the same rate. So
hold on.
It still happens.
I asked you. No. I asked you a very specific question. I want you to give me something. Hold on. I want you to give me something that's wrong with LGBTQ people that doesn't apply to straight people in any way. So if you say DV, then there has to be zero DV in the straight world. I want you to give me something that's wrong with the gay community that isn't wrong with the straight community. Just give me one. I'm not asking for 5. I just want one.
Okay, that's fair. And that in itself, that question is almost impossible to answer because we're all human. So if one human does something, and that's why I said it's not complete. Like I'm saying, it's not wrong because 2 consenting adults should be able to do anything. But the only thing that I think that you could, like, you're thinking that I'm coming at this as a bigot. I'm not a bigot. I'm not bisexual anymore. But for a period, I
anymore.
Yeah,
Wait,
I was experimental. I think it's
hold on. If you was bisexual, you're still bisexual.
No, I was.
Yes.
I'm not. Like,
yes.
This is because So listen, can I finish? Because y'all gotta let me. Y'all just said something about me because like this is part of the issue that the reason I'm like defending it now is because like with trans women and stuff like that who have like who are getting butt implants and are getting wide hips and get breasts and stuff like that. No, let me finish it for real. Like that you can be like fooled kind of into being attracted to that. But hold up. Let me finish. I'm almost done.
No one can fool me to be attracted. I mean, I'm either attracted or I'm not attracted. No one can fool me to have an attraction.
If you saw somebody from a distance with a big butt with long hair, you're going to be attracted to that.
If that's what you're attracted to, then you're still attracted regardless if they're trans or not.
But then if I walk up to you and then like I see some of your features, it's not going to make me attracted to you. And it's what's going to happen is that like I'm almost done with the point. That like I realized that I'm only attracted to women because there's something that a woman is that's inherently softer in their nature.
Trans women are women.
If we're going based off of a gender, like so that what you're saying, trans women are women based on the concept of gender, that is actually true because somebody. I'm saying that.
I really want to go back to the point where you said you're not bisexual anymore. So wait, what happened? Like, when did you stop being bisexual?
I wouldn't even say I was bisexual. I would say that there's like, for a second that I thought that like, you see like somebody like James Charles or something, I'd be like, oh, maybe that's kind of hot or something like that, and then. But then, like, I realized
I never thought that
because, like, but then I thought for like a second, but then it's kind of like gross after. But like women, I'm constantly attracted to that. Like after I could have like relations with a woman, like I'm gonna want to lay with a woman after. I'm gonna want to feel.
Are you a Christian?
Nah.
Okay.
So any of that. So with the whole thing of it being wrong, asking if anything in life, you can't directly say it's wrong. Like,
well, no, I can. So first of all,
what's something in life that you would say is wrong?
Like hurting another individual, I would say would be wrong.
And there's instances where you can hurt someone and you would say it's not wrong, right?
If you're talking about like self-preservation, then like if it's like self-protection, then sure.
And it can't be just self-protection because you also have to protect somebody who might be hurting somebody else, right?
No, so hurting someone unprovoked, just hurting someone.
No, I understand that, but I'm saying if you see somebody hurting a child and you try to hurt them to stop them from hurting the child, like you tackle them on the ground and you subdue them, that would be just too, right?
Sure.
So that's what, like, life is nuance. It's full of nuances. And when you come to the terms of right and wrong is all up to the eye of the beholder. Something could be wrong to somebody and right to another person. And it changes throughout history. And so depending on who you ask or who you are, something could be right in one situation or wrong in the situation.
Do you think slavery was ever right?
I was about to go there. I was about to say that,
So,
Brandon.
and
What about slavery?
No,
what about
that's
owning
fair
a person
depending,
for life?
that's a good question that a lot of people would ask. And so depending on the nature of what the situation calls for, maybe slavery is right. Like, to a degree, we're wage slaves right now.
No, I'm not doing slavery apologetic. I'm not doing it, Brandon.
Black,
I'm not doing it, Brandon. I'm not doing it, Brandon. I can't. I'm not doing
You're
it.
white
I'm not doing it. I deal with this on a daily basis, please. I'm not.
You asked me a question and I answered it.
Yeah, and
The wrong answer. What is going on tonight?
I know, it's been all night.
How do we run into these people? How do we get these people?
What the okay, let me just help everyone in the chat. Owning someone as property, never right.
Yeah.
No, there's absolutely no reason on earth that anyone can give me that will make slavery right. There's none.
He really said, it depends.
It depends. You know, if the mood is right. Like, what the fuck? Your opposition. Sorry, I didn't see that in the chat. I'll get you up next. Sorry. Hi, Scooter. How old are you?
I'm 46.
46. Okay. What is your take on these topics?
Couple of things. I don't understand why you white people keep bringing up slavery. If it wasn't for you white people, we wouldn't be here. You guys started slavery. Black people didn't start slavery on its own.
Wait, when did I didn't say, hold on. When did I say anything about that?
Saying it's slavery wrong because white people started it. Second
I agree with you, and it's wrong.
Yeah.
Second of all, I don't mind adults being whatever they want, but when it comes to children, they're way too young to understand what's going on. Somebody will have to coach them to understand what they're feeling.
Nope.
Why? Tell me why.
Gender identity is formed between the ages of 3 and 7. I knew that I was LGBTQ when I was 5 years old.
How did you know?
Because I had a crush on a boy when I was 5.
Okay, I used to like celebrities. I used to want to be a celebrity, boys and girls. That didn't mean I was gay. I like girls. So I knew who I wanted to be with.
Did you have any crushes when you were in school?
Tons, of course. That's a normal human.
Were they boys?
I just told you. I had crushes on boys and girls, celebrities. I may want to be like this guy. I may want to act like this
I'm not talking about celebrities.
They don't have to just be celebrities, but I knew that I liked the girls.
Let's do this experiment. Let's do this little experiment. If you're LGBT, hold on, Scooter, wait one second. If you're in the chat and you are LGBTQ, what age were you when you knew you were LGBTQ? I just want to wait 1 second. Let's just see what the chat says. If you're LGBTQ, write down the age you were when you knew. Here we go. 6, 5. Hold on. 7, 5, 9, 6, 3rd grade, 5, 10, 15, 5, 7, 5.
You had a crush on when you was how?
I was 5 years old. I had a crush on a boy.
The boy when you had a crush on when you was 5, was he also 5?
Yeah.
Okay, so how did he know that he was gay? Because you came on to him?
Wait, I didn't come.
What?
A 5-year-old? Are you okay?
I want to know. You said
And-
you had a crush on a boy at 5 years old.
Brandon
So
never
how
even
did your
said the other
crush on a
boy
at
was
5
gay.
Did the boy know that you had a crush on him?
No.
So, okay, if the boy didn't know you had a crush on him, how did you know that he was gay enough if you didn't ask him?
I didn't know what the word gay meant.
Okay, so when was your first...
I knew what I was like you understand that attraction cannot be taught. Like, there's no influence can tell a child what to be attracted to, or anybody what to be attracted to. Your orientation is built in. It's built into who you are. I didn't choose to be in this marginalized community. I would never choose to be in this marginalized community. I would never say, hey, I want my rights taken away from me every single day of my life. I would never ask for that. I would go with the flow. I'd go with the majority. Why would I not?
Okay, so when was your first experience? Because I'm not going to say the word. I don't think I'm
I'm not going to tell you my first experience was.
Why is that relevant?
That's a little weird.
Because he's full of shit, and he knows he's full of shit. You were going to sit here and tell me you had a crush on the boy at 5 years old?
Yeah.
Go up to that boy and express your feelings? So
It was a schoolyard crush. Yes.
Stop.
Okay, bye-bye. Bye-bye. You gotta go.
W Bob in the freaking chat. What is happening tonight?
Yeah, I don't know.
Is it not normal to have like a little crush? What? Is that not normal?
He literally he's like when you came on to him, I was like, I was 5, bro. What? I need a Xanax, and I don't even I'm telling you. I can't deal with this. I think this person said that they were opposition. This is a weird night, I gotta tell you.
Painful night.
Painful. Hi, Raven. How old are you?
I'm 23.
23. Your opposition?
I am. So my issue with the gay community is it's causing a housing shortage because we're booting all these houses down.
We're done.
And we're slaying too hard, and it's killing our economy. Like,
Everyone needs to tone down the sleigh. Everyone, turn your sleigh down to like level 1.
that's just my issue. It's causing climate change. We can't do this.
That's true. You know what? I that's true. I watched National Geographic, and there was like a whole like herd of gays just going across. Yes.
No, for
100%.
real. I just wanted to say I love you guys. I love this live, and I love that you guys are doing this.
You're amazing. Thank you for coming up. I appreciate you.
Yes.
W Raven in the chat, everyone. W Raven. The slaying. The slaying is so.
That was needed, honestly, after.
Honestly,
Very bad.
yeah. I'm scared. I'm scared of everyone tonight. I really am. Hello, guest. How old are you?
55.
Okay. What is your take on these topics?
I agree with you guys, but I am voting for Trump because you have to look at the whole picture, not
Oh, I
just
do.
about the LGBTQ.
What's the whole picture?
The whole
What?
What?
No one dropped her.
No.
It would have said if somebody dropped her. My hands were here, everyone. You can come back.
Also-
You can come back in if you want. Sorry, Sam. What were you saying?
Oh, no, I was going to wait to see if she was coming. I was just saying that was also kind of random. Like, what?
Where's my topic? Say anything about that?
Yeah, like, I don't have a problem, but I'm voting for Trump, okay? I guess.
Great. Good for you. I mean, congrats. I mean, there's another MAGA in the chat. I guess we'll just bring up all the MAGAs.
Can we just count to 34?
Chris, hello. How old are you?
30 plus.
30 plus?
Yep.
Oh, that, you know what? I'm going to start saying that's my age from now on. If anyone ever asks me my age, I'm going to say I'm 30 plus. I love that. Actually, that's a good response. All right. What is your take on these topics?
Well, I mean, there are books of children in school that, wear glasses, or people with representation with people that wear glasses. Mm-hmm. Yet people with glasses still get bullied in school.
Mm-hmm.
So why do you think that is?
Personally, I think there needs to be a lot more a lot more classes for anti-bullying, like in every single grade. I don't think it's touched on enough. I know they have some like little like courses on it like throughout the curriculum, but I think it needs to be more. But if you're talking about teaching LGBTQ in schools, if you go to glisten.org, this is already being taught in 8 different states. They teach about this inclusion and representation and visibility for a marginalized community, and teaches kids that, you know, if the person next to you is different than you in this way, and that LGBTQ people exist, what happens is bullying goes down significantly in high rates. Class scores for the whole class go up significantly. Graduation scores go up significantly when you teach about inclusion and representation, because then everyone is included. It's like a big like family, as opposed to just, you know, teaching about like the nuclear family. Like Johnny has a mom and a dad, and that's all that exists. Instead of saying Johnny has 2 dads, or Johnny has 2 moms, or Johnny has adopted parents, you can say everyone is included.
So so wouldn't it be better to just say that to respect everyone, to be an anti-bully, and when it comes to people's parents, that's none of your business? Wouldn't it be better to okay, so what if, because how many genders are there in the world? There's over that I've looked up, not to be disingenuous, but in all the religions and all the parts of the world, there's 600 plus genders. It would be impossible to teach a child all of the different combination makeups that there are for family structures. I mean, someone's mom might show up with one guy and another guy, and then a girl, and then another guy. So I mean, what you know, we can't.
Sure,
say,
you could just say you could say that there's hundreds of genders and leave it at that, right?
So that's what I'm saying. So instead of saying that, we can just tell them to respect people, be an anti-bully, because you don't have to.
Nope,
you don't
that
have
doesn't
to
work.
know my gender or my sexuality to respect me.
Do you know why that doesn't work?
Why?
Because you have to teach differences in order to tell them to not be opposition to differences. You can't just tell kids, hey kids, everyone here, be nice to everyone even if they're different, and then you never teach the differences. It won't apply. They won't even take it in. They're like, okay, well, no one's different to me because I live in my little bubble and no one's different. If you say, hey, listen,
different because you choose to love differently than I do.
I don't choose to love differently. That I just happen to have a different orientation than you do. There's no choice being made.
You choose to love differently. Like
I'm not choosing to be gay. No,
you don't choose what you're attracted to, but you choose to love differently.
The person I'm with, yeah, that would be a choice.
Right.
But who I am intrinsically is not a choice.
Are you different than me because you choose to love differently?
Obviously, yes.
Okay, so why you didn't have to tell me that at all for me to respect you right now? So why would someone need to do that to a child? As long as we teach them respect. I came in here with respect. You were respectful back, and we had a conversation. And you just told me that you like men. Now I know that. I learned that 5 minutes into the conversation. Now,
sure, yeah. So
again, why you didn't have to teach me anything for me to respect you, right?
Yeah, again, for kids, the bullying happens when education is not present and when they don't know that there are differences within the class. Like, I'll give you an example. Like, let's just say that everyone goes to school and their assignment is to draw their family, which actually is in every first grade. They're like, draw a picture of your family and let's go over it, and you can talk about what your family dynamic is. Let's say that 99% of the class draws a mom and a dad, and then one kid just draws a mom. All the other kids are going to look at that kid and be like, well, where's your dad? What's wrong? Like, what's wrong with you? That's how bullying starts, because they're taught that there's something wrong with them intrinsically. Instead of saying, listen, if you have this family structure, this family dynamic, you're just as valid as every single child sitting next to you. You're just as valid. If you have 2 dads, you're accepted.
So what's the issue with telling them that? So like my plan is to tell them, respect everybody, be an anti-bully, and when it comes to people's personal lives inside of it with their parents or whatever, you stay out of that. You stay out of grown people's business.
What's your fear?
My fear of what?
What are you afraid of?
Afraid? No, I just think that
no. You are. Hold on. You're 100% afraid. You're afraid of inclusion.
No, not at all. So there's a hypersex society that we live in. Would you agree?
There's a what?
A hypersex society that we live in. Would you agree?
With this community?
in America, in the West, heterosexual, LGBTQ.
I mean, people do that to our community all the time, but that's not
I'm not
who we
talking
are.
about your community. I'm talking about people. This is not an LGBTQ thing. We live in a hypersex society. So the top numbers of people who have syphilis and herpes are from 13 to 19 years old. Okay, they're at the top right now. So when we're talking about, more things that lead to stuff like that, I think we need to be talking about that more. I think that there should be a bigger push to tell people about the dangers of acting on your attractions without knowing what you're doing, or being at a high rate without protecting yourself. I don't hear enough information about that. And so until we hear that more, then maybe we shouldn't be teaching kids to do anything. Sure.
Do you know the highest STI rates? Like in what school districts have the highest STI rates? It's the schools that don't teach sex ed. Those are the highest. Those are the highest teen pregnancy rates and the highest STI rates.
Maybe that's changed since I've been in school. I graduated 2008, but I tell you what, in my high school we had daycares for the girls who had children. Literally in my high school. So I mean,
that proves my point. What are you doing?
But we also had sex ed.
Oh, you also, sure. I'm not saying that doesn't exist, but I'm saying it's more, statistically speaking, the percentage is a lot more in curriculums that do not teach sex ed, because no one knows how to be safe, and no one knows what they're doing.
In my high school,
sure,
we taught sex ed. What are you talking about?
I'm saying, statistically speaking, if it didn't teach sex ed, the daycare that you're talking about, which I've never heard of, would be a lot fuller.
I don't.
What state were you in? I've never heard of a daycare in a high school before.
You don't have to hear of it. You can look up Cypress Springs High School 2008 and type in if they had a daycare.
So why are you against educating about this?
I'm sorry.
Well, first Brandon asked you how to spell it, and I interrupted.
Go ahead, Sam.
Why are you against educating kids about this in school? What harm is it going to do you? What is the problem with it?
Well, so I'm for education. I just want it to be done in a way that would be effective. And out of 40 nations, we rank 38 and 39 with math and reading. So until, I'm a Christian, right? And I don't even want them teaching Christianity in school. Don't tell them about my God if you can't tell them about, pronouns and prepositions and, how to set up a sentence and how to do pre-algebra. Don't tell them anything else. Let's get that straight first, and then we can focus on things.
You don't think we can fix two things at the same time?
Well, we got to fix that first. That's the mechanics of things in school are more important.
Why
this
not?
Could be a social club later, but we got to get our grades right first. You don't think that grades are more, important for school than you don't think that, the core values, like the core subjects, are more important?
I think all of it is important. And I also think that a lot of people's grades can also be reflective of how they're being treated, how they're understanding things. Do you think that kids who get bullied in school, do you think that they have good grades? Or do you think maybe that can affect them?
The kids that have braces, their grades probably slip when they get bullied. You're right.
Mm-hmm. Do you think that people would engage more if they had representation, like let's say a minority group going into classrooms feeling like very like left out because they're not like the majority, right? They're like, oh my gosh, I don't look like these kids, or I don't like this everyone has, like, this guy has a girlfriend, I don't like girls, or I don't like boys. Do you think that maybe teaching inclusion and representation will get them more engaged in the curriculum if they have representation in, like, for people in history, science, and literature, that's like, oh my gosh, this person looks like me, or this person is like me, maybe I can do something great like that. Don't you think that kid would engage more in the classroom setting?
The fact of the matter is we're a melting pot of a country, different everything.
But can you answer my question?
Yeah, that's I'm answering it just the way you asked it. We're a melting pot. We have different everything here. So there may be a situation where you don't see representation, but you should see representation in your country. So when you walk into a a classroom, it could be 20 different people. But the fact that we're all human beings living in America should be the one thing that includes us together inside of any situation. And if you just teach people respect, I don't care I don't care about anything that you do as an adult. I can sit here and argue about what I want to be taught in schools because that's the conversation. But as far as, being included, bro, if you walked into a situation, I'm not going to exclude you because you're a different color than me. I'm not going to ask you, who you love to be able to sit next to me at a bar. And if somebody's like that, then that's the mindset that we need to get rid of. But
so why do we teach a completely...
I don't have to agree with what you do. I just have to not attack you for my disbeliefs.
Sure. So why do we teach a completely heteronormative curriculum currently?
Because that is scientifically the way that humans are going to stay alive.
Incorrect.
Yeah. Actually,
hold on. You think that gay people are infertile?
Not at all. But I think if the status quo was to have homosexual sex instead of heterosexual sex, the planet wouldn't last as long as
the planet is going to be fine.
The human race.
Yeah, that the Earth would actually be happy if the human race became extinct because we're just destroying the planet.
I want to see us here. I care about humans. Don't
sure. You? So do you know that LGBTQ people can have kids, and they do have kids? 35% of LGBTQ people actually have kids.
That's great.
Right. So, and there's plenty of straight people who don't have kids and don't want to have kids and will never have kids or can't have kids.
I'm just saying if the roles were reversed, the population would not go up as fast as it goes up now.
Who cares?
That's just a fact. I do. That's a huge thing. Like,
you want to be overpopulated?
Not overpopulated, just populated. I don't want to not be here.
But you are here, so how does it affect you?
Right, it doesn't affect you at all.
I mean, it really does. It's not even this. It's the culture that we're telling people that they don't have to be accountable. They don't have to like who they are. And
how does it affect you?
Because it's creating a culture that's telling people they don't have to be accountable and they don't have to be responsible and they don't have to like who they are. How did we go
from population to people being accountable?
You said, how does it affect me? And I answered your question. Don't try to act like I'm
That doesn't affect you. What are you talking about?
What are you talking about? I have kids.
Like, hold on.
I don't want them to grow up in a society where they think you don't have any accountability for your actions, or if you don't like who you are, you can hold me ransom to change yourself.
What does that even mean? Hold on, Chris. If I don't have a kid, does that affect you?
Say what?
If I don't have a kid, does that affect you?
I didn't say your kid. I said the culture. The culture.
No, we're talking about like 7 different topics at this point. I'm very scared.
We're talking about what this stuff creates, and I said it was the culture.
What is it create? What is it creating? Okay, we're pivoting a lot in this conversation.
I'm not pivoting off of anything.
You really are, because we're talking.
You asked me what my problem is. How does it affect me? And I said this creates a culture that doesn't make people take accountability. And
what is this? What is this?
You're trying to get me into saying something to get myself banned. And
no, I'm asking you what you're. I have no idea what you're talking about.
I'm genuinely confused.
Panels sometimes, and you guys want me to say some kind of hate speech or whatever.
I want you to tell me what this is. Like, what is creating a culture? Like, just existing, like biologically, like me existing as a gay guy on the planet is somehow creating something.
Right. You're pro-choice, right?
What? Why are we pivoting to pro-choice?
Culture. It's like, if you agree with this, then you have to agree with being pro-choice. You have to agree with taking a life at an early stage. You have to agree
what is happening?
Hold on, because it's this culture of not taking accountability. This is what I'm talking about. You guys are trying to act like I'm crazy, and you're not hearing what I'm saying. It's a culture it's creating. An entire culture. I can literally go down a checklist, and I can tell you everything that you believe in.
I can too, Chris. I can too, Chris.
Okay, and that's fine. And it seems that
hold on. Wait, hold on there, Chris. Hold on. Stop. I can tell you who you're voting for. I can tell you what your belief system is. I can tell you that you are that what you're against and what you're for within the first 5 minutes of talking to you. Because you know why?
The same thing about you.
No, you can't.
Yes, I can.
Okay.
You're voting for Harris. You're for LGBTQ. Your four Palestine.
Okay, wow.
Hold on.
Shocker.
Yeah, I got Big Maggie in my name. Ooh, wow. You know, like you're
You
really
guessed
smart,
that
too.
right away.
So I got Big Maggie in my name, so everybody knows what's going on. So you're voting for Harris. You're for the LGBTQ. You're for Palestine. You think that all cops are bad and that they should be abolished. You also believe that Christianity is the most dangerous thing to our society. You also
I went to the most dangerous thing.
Okay,
I think it is
okay.
dangerous, but continue.
We also believe that Trump is a racist who said there were fine people on both sides in Charlottesville.
Yes.
You also
Preach.
believe that I can go down the list.
Oh, keep going.
Oh,
Keep
you
going.
also believe that trans women are women. You
Yep.
also believe that that abortion should be free and fair all 9 months, right?
Yep.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, I can go down the. Oh, wait. Here's the most important one. All white people are inherently racist, and black people cannot be racist.
Correct.
Oh, see what I mean? I can
going.
go down the line. Oh, wait.
Keep going.
Also, let me see. What's the other one? I don't want to do this because it's going to turn into hate speech. But bro,
It's
that's
not-
the
it's
whole
not hate
thing.
speech. You're
And it's
spot-
that's
you're
what you
spot
have
on.
to be on the left side, and that's everything that I'm voting against. I'm a black man telling you that black
And you're
people can be
everything. You're
racist.
everything on the right side,
We can be racist. We can be hateful.
and
you
you're
don't have
everything
to-
on the right side.
Well, I mean, I just hate the fact that BLM started under Obama in 2013, and the only thing that's been advanced since that is the LGBTQ agenda, not black people. It seems that the two lesbian women, shouts out to them, who started BLM, put that money somewhere else. I don't understand, because we've seen more of an advancement of your community than mine. And if somebody can prove me wrong, I would love to see it. Let's look at the advancement of black people since 2013, and let's look at the advancement of the LGBTQ.
Maybe, just because there is an actual system in place that racism is taking part in. Maybe that's why there's not an advancement. Maybe there's systemic racism in place. Maybe that's why. But you don't think that. You don't think that. Right?
So we've been fighting for rights for 200 years. So y'all gonna get y'all's before we get ours, is what you saying. Fuck us, right?
Hold on. Do you understand what intersectionality is, correct?
Man, don't pivot.
I'm not
Talking
pivoting.
about black rights. Don't pivot.
I'm talking about black rights too. Do you know there's LGBTQ people who are also black?
What does that have to mean? What's that talking about? Why don't add something to my struggle.
I'm not. We're not having a dick measuring contest on what minority is like fighting more.
Don't you ever say I'm in any kind of contest with you like that. Ever.
No, we're not doing that. I'm not doing that.
They just don't even
Hold on. The fight for equality should be that we are all fighting that every single person in the United States has equality and equity.
Then how come y'all have more of a voice than we do? They haven't even said Marcellus Williams' name. They ain't even said Hattie Fletcher's name. But she said that I am a woman and I exist to you in the context there is. Woman, she, her pronouns. They ain't even said nothing about Marcellus.
So do you know what you're doing? Instead of fighting against systemic racism, you're fighting against another marginalized community.
No, I'm fighting for my people. I'm saying Marcellus Williams' name since they're not.
Who are you voting for?
I'm voting for Donald Trump.
Oh,
Well, you got to understand this.
What does he do
You
to
gotta
help
understand,
your
he's-
cause?
Sure, you got to understand he's the only president, whether he was serious about it or not, who has a detailed plan for what looks like a form of reparations for black people. And this is my only problem. Well, let's read the plan. How about we read it?
A detailed plan. Oh, wait. What did he say in the debate? He has an idea for a concept of a plan.
Well,
This
is what I'm saying. There's an actual plan that's on paper called the Platinum Plan. And you know what? I'm not going to be disingenuous and say that he was going to do that. But this is the thing. He bit off of some things that were great from Obama. Obama bit off of some things that were great from Mitt Romney, because he ain't take nothing from George Bush at all. So what I'm saying is, why didn't Joe Biden take something from this Platinum Plan? A plan that was really great. The racist president came out with it, but it was really great. $500 billion in capital for black business to borrow from. Talked about criminal justice reform and 3 million jobs for black people. Just all of this great stuff. It's a long, detailed plan. Why didn't this president mention it or try to expound from it? Or why isn't there a second step act after there was a first step act?
What's a black job?
3 million jobs for black people. And a black job is the fact that black people are employed the least in this country. If we start losing jobs, they go first. Just like
that's not what he meant.
And they start laying people off, and you're new, you're going to be the one that goes. So we hold the least amount of jobs in this country, and that's
that's not what he meant.
That's exactly what it means. If somebody starts entering into the job market right now, the mental gymnastics that you're doing to protect
Trump, cognitive dissonance is a thing. Like just stop. Like it's just you can't make it make sense. You can't make it make sense.
What are you talking about? It takes jobs away from everybody, but we're the first ones affected. What do you saying?
Listen, anyone has the right to vote against their own self-interest. Go for it. Peace out. Like I don't know what to tell you. Like good
I'm
for you.
asking you, why wasn't there a second step act after there was a first step act under this administration?
I don't even know how we're talking about politics right now. I really don't.
Right.
I don't know how.
Because it all relates back. You asked me who I was voting for.
It doesn't all relate back. Why are you against representation?
You asked me who I was voting for.
You're right. You're correct. I did ask you who you're voting for. Why are you against representation for a minority group?
I didn't say that.
Then why would you not want to teach this in schools?
Because they're not teaching math and reading the correct way in schools. Until our scores improve on that list of 40 nations, then I think that we should halt putting anything new.
So just don't teach anything in schools.
Nope, we need to teach the core things in school. The things that
I agree with you. Hold on.
Anti-bullying is one of them.
Okay, I agree with you. I think we should fix the school system. I think the school system is broken. I'm 100% in accordance with that. Actually, we have a teacher in the chat. I think we should fix the school system. I think it is broken inherently. I think we do need to fix it. However, we can do two things at the same time. We can teach inclusion and representation for a minority group and marginalized community and say, let me give you an example of what this is. Because maybe you don't know what the curriculum is, right?
I know what it is.
What's the curriculum?
The curriculum is good touch, bad touch when we're talking about sex ed.
Okay.
The curriculum about family structures is teaching two mommies, two daddies, mommy, daddy, polygamous type of situation, if that's what's going on. When it's talking about representation on gender, it shows that, there may be a boy who likes to wear dresses who may just be feminine. And then there's also a boy who likes to wear dresses who may consider himself to be a girl.
Yeah, you're close. I'm like representation. We're talking about that
representation that other types of people exist instead of the heteronormal society is what you're saying.
Well, hold on. So representation would also be people within like society that have done amazing things in our community that have been erased from history books, like Alan Turing, or Marsha P. Johnson, or Bayard Rustin, people in our community who have done things that are just like are completely eradicated from the textbooks.
You know the President James Madison?
Uh-huh.
Who was his wife?
I don't remember.
So it doesn't matter who he loved. What mattered was what he did in history.
Hold on. I know that George Washington's wife is Martha Washington.
But you don't know James Madison's wife.
I don't know every president's wife, bro. Who does?
What I'm saying is that what they did for the country, what they did for the world.
It was probably. Hold on. It was probably taught in school, but I don't remember that. But I'm telling you, I remember Martha Washington was taught like in second grade, and she had no significance in history. We just had to know that George Washington was straight. We also had to know that Romeo and Juliet were straight, with straight love story. We were taught to read that.
But the fact of them being straight, what did that do for history? What did their sexuality do for history?
That did nothing, but they had representation. Hold on. They had representation.
What people did.
They had representation in schools because they were straight.
So are you telling me that there was no gay people since there was no representation in school for it? Because we have documented, trans people, right?
What gay person did you learn about in school?
I'm not saying that I learned about them, but they were there. So where did they come from if we didn't learn about them?
We don't learn about them because they're erased because it makes people uncomfortable to learn about a marginalized community.
Does it really?
Yes.
I mean, so what I'm saying is,
you're one of them.
If anybody's done something significant to history, then mention them.
Yes, it does.
I don't think it matters.
Oh, okay, fine.
Hold on, let me finish. I don't think it matters about who they were loving or who they weren't loving, as long as it was consensual.
Great.
And legal.
Love it. Love that for us. Okay, so if we have a story about Romeo and Juliet, then in your worldview, because we don't necessarily say that they're straight in the textbook, we just see them like having a love story and being in love and kissing, all this stuff. That's fine. So let's keep it equal, right? Let's have equal. Let's have a gay love story in school. Two guys. That should be fine, right?
No.
Oh wait, you're special pleading
Why?
for straight people.
Why are we teaching somebody to have a different sexuality?
We're not. We're just teaching a gay love story, just the same as a straight love story.
Do you think that children can be influenced?
Can they be influenced to be straight?
Yeah.
So we're trying to make kids straight then?
We're just trying to raise them to be successful human beings, and if they choose to be something else, they can be.
So gay people can't be successful?
That's not what I said.
Yes, you
If
did.
they choose to not be successful, they can be.
Yes, you
It's
did.
not a choice to choose your sexuality, by the way.
I'm sorry.
Oh, Kat, go for
It
it.
is not a choice to choose your sexuality,
Sure it
by
is.
the way. Oh, is it? When did you choose yours?
Oh,
How
every
old were
day.
you when you
Every day I
chose?
choose. Every day.
So some days you have to wake up and you're like, okay, today I'm going to choose I like women. But if you don't choose, then the next day you might end up liking men. Is that what
I could.
happens?
I could.
Could you?
Is this a
Yeah, I
head
could.
crack?
If I wanted to.
Are you bi?
Nah, not at all.
He's definitely bi.
Okay, Chris, this is
Are you
amazing.
trying to
I
say
love
your own
no,
community?
Chris, this is
Wait. Would it
this
be
is
funny
amazing.
if I
No,
was
Chris,
biased?
Chris. Hold on.
Wait,
Because
no, wait,
hold
wait.
on,
Because
hold
you
on,
laughed
hold
about bi, like,
Hold on. No one's laughing. If you could just do me a
Are you saying your
favor,
own community?
I'm gonna do it.
Is there
Chris,
internalized homophobia here?
no, it's
Oh
okay.
no, I'm just laughing at you being an absurd human. That's it.
Yeah. So Chris, do me a favor, because you can actively choose to find someone attractive, even though you don't find them attractive and you're straight. Could you please just find me attractive real quick? And like when I say find me attractive, I don't mean just like, hey, you're good looking. I mean like go from this to this, like because you can easily do it, right? So just do it. Just do it real quick, and then you can prove in front of 164 people that you can actively choose to have an orientation. Do it.
That's your problem. Y'all got to prove stuff. I don't have to prove
Do it.
anything. Why? Because you
Choose.
said so? Because you told me to?
Yeah.
You don't have that type of power, sir.
No, hold it. It's a choice, Chris. Just do it.
You
Real
said
fast.
it was so
Choice
easy.
that
You
I
choose
make,
every
not
day.
that you
This
make
is like
for me. You're trying to
this
make
is part
choices
of your
for
morning
children. This is what
routine,
you're doing to
Chris.
children. I'm not a child. Wait, this
morning
is what you
routine.
want to children. I'm not a
Is it
child.
not?
You don't make my choice.
Do you not
It's
choose
my
your sexuality
choice, right?
every morning while you brush your teeth?
Yeah, you choose it
That's
every
what I
day.
got.
You choose your attractions.
It's
So
my choice. Not because you told me to choose, but
Yeah.
because I could choose myself.
Okay, then choose it yourself.
So,
Do
like,
it.
Do it.
You're
If you say
trying
you
to
do it
force me
every
to
day,
choose
then
something?
you should do it. Why is this
this
an
how you
issue?
teach it in schools?
You could
It's almost
prove.
like you don't choose it every day.
Yeah.
Look, is this how you teach?
Weird.
Is this how you teach
No,
it in
you can.
schools?
No,
when a child tells you that you
hold on. Yes, you could
This is
literally
what you tell them. Prove it. Find me a
No, you
check.
can literally prove it right now in front of all of us.
Yeah.
So I'm telling you. So what I'm proving is
You
that
can prove your point.
You can't make me do it.
We're trying to help you, Chris. We're giving you the opportunity
Cloud
to
Cat,
back up what
talk
you're
over me.
saying.
Don't talk over me. What I'm saying is,
Don't talk to
it's
Cloud Cat.
okay.
what I'm proving is you guys can't make me do anything.
Okay.
I'm not forcing you. I'm
You're
just
trying to.
telling you.
You just
Actively
told
choose.
me. You just told me do it now. You say, hey, well, do this right now. You literally just tried to force me
We're
to
trying
find
to give you a
attractive.
hand here. We're trying
actively
to help you
choose.
Is this
prove
how
to
you teach it to
160
children as well?
No, it's super easy, Chris. You said it's a choice. So a choice would imply that you'd be able to easily just do something with like a light switch. Like you
You
can
do it
choose
every
like
day.
Because I have a choice.
yeah, you have a choice. So just actively choose. Like I'm not forcing you, but just choose it real quick, and then you can go right back to being straight again because it's a choice, right?
No, not because
Wait, have you
told me
already
to.
chosen for
What?
today?
Y'all folks crazy.
The day.
Okay, so you
the
already
day
woke
is
up
the
this
choice.
morning and
Dealing with somebody
chose.
with low self-esteem.
Maybe
We're
that's
the-
it. He can't choose again today because he
guys,
already did it once.
You're
We're the
used to
crazy
dealing with
ones,
somebody
but he
with a
thinks you
low
can choose what you're
self-esteem
attracted
and a weak
to.
mind, but that doesn't work with me, right?
Okay. Big feelings.
You choose. So you can
It's
choose
easy
to be
convince
attractive.
somebody who's not feeling great about themselves, and that's why you guys are going after lonely people and children.
Lonely
You
people.
came up here.
guest.
People who don't like their bodies.
guest.
People
Wait, are you
who
I have a
lonely?
question
been
for
accepted by
guest.
society. Those are the people who keep you alive.
I have an important question for guest. Guest, considering you think that you can choose what your attraction is, can you choose to be attracted to your own mother?
If I was sick, yeah.
Oh God.
Yeah, if I was a sick person.
Sure. So do you understand how stupid it is when you say you can choose it because you can't choose?
You can.
No, you can't. You can't choose to be gay.
You literally can.
You can choose to be gay.
You can, yeah.
No, you just proved that you can because I asked you to be that way, and you can't.
Oh, so wait, what about the lesbians on TikTok who have converted to Christianity and talking about how they have a husband now and stuff?
Isn't it insane that all
Did they choose to do that or not?
No,
they didn't choose.
They're still lesbians.
Yeah,
they've just been bamboozled into religion.
They didn't choose to go get a husband and lay down and have sex with men.
They're still lesbians.
They're still lesbians.
So even though they're with a man, they're still a lesbian.
Mm-hmm.
It's true.
Wow. So how do those rules work? What are the rules of being a lesbian?
Yeah, hold on.
The rules
Sorry, go ahead.
No, it's actually kind of gross to sit here and be like, that's actually kind of tragic. These women who fall into religion or they fall in love with something, whatever, and they end up giving up on their own. Yeah, tragic. Okay. Are you done? Good. So, actually, I don't know if there's a point to having this conversation because the guest is like incapable of like basic logic. So I don't know if we can go anywhere from here.
Yeah, and also
but he did say he was lonely, so I do feel bad about that.
Yeah. And also it's kind of like, it's so funny, guys, because the people who are ex-gays always have religion. There's never any ex-gays who don't have religion telling them that they can't be who they are. It's always that there's a religion saying that you can't be this way or you'll go to hell. Isn't that interesting? That's always introduced to them. There's never an ex-gay that just does it just because they don't want to be LGBTQ. It's always religion. It's always religion. You tried your best, Chris. You did try your best. You took the L, but
I'm just saying, find Jesus. Have a great night.
Find Jesus. Oh no!
Oh, so he's a Christian himself. He's a Christian himself.
Wait.
I knew he was a Christian.
Why do they always lose Jesus? We have air tags. Like, what is going on?
Someone put a GPS on Jesus, please.
Please. Location service is on.
The funny thing is, Jesus is meant to be omnipresent. He's meant to be everywhere.
Yeah, like someone put it like a Find My Jesus app on your phone and just Jesus on Grindr. I can't.
Getting the pumpkin spice lattes at Starbucks. That's where he's at.
Exactly. Pumpkin spice. I'm so basic.
Jesus is in Five Guys right now.
I said nailed it earlier on a live, and someone said that's anti-Christian.
My favorite.
I was like, that's hilarious. They're like, you can't say that's anti-Christian. I was like, okay,
really funny.
That's amazing.
Guys, I have a funny. I saw a funny post.